Hi, I'm Kendra Bailey Morris, and welcome to the Heart of the Home. We're here in Sir Latab's kitchen, and today we're going to be working with Virginia beef. And what we're going to be making today is a carne asada with a roasted tomato and pineapple salsa, and it's really kind of sweet and a little bit hot, and we're going to actually make these into tacos with fresh corn tortillas. So to get started, I have a nice piece of flank steak. And the flank steak, we're going to go ahead and just do a basic marinade. And I'm going to start with some vegetable oil. And I also call this recipe borracho style, and borracho basically means drunk. So this is our booze that will go in there. There's a little bit of Mexican beer. And of course, while Mexican beer is really delicious, you could certainly use a Virginia beer. Virginia has some wonderful breweries all over the state, so I encourage you to check them out. And then I've got some chili powder, some cumin, got a little bit of cider vinegar, some brown sugar, put that in there, and then we're going to add some lime. And it's also, you would need to be real careful when you're marinating meat in lime, because a lot of times you can kind of end up with something that resembles ceviche, because lime, any form of acid, lime, lemon, whatever, will cook the meat. So we're only going to marinate this for about an hour as a result. So I'm putting about a whole small lime in here. There we go. And I've got some garlic and some fresh cilantro, fresh chopped cilantro. And all I'm going to do here is mix this all together real nicely. And I'm going to add my meat. And you obviously want to coat it really well. And this is going to go into the fridge for about an hour. Now we're going to be doing the roasted tomato and pineapple salsa. And while pineapples aren't native to Virginia, tomatoes are. And this is a really unique salsa because we're not just going to chop the tomatoes and put them in the salsa. We're going to roast them in an oven at 400 degrees. For about 30 to 40 minutes until the skin on them blisters. And I just sliced this tomato long ways, and I'm putting it skin side down because we want to keep all those precious juices in there. And then I've got a serrano pepper as well. And peppers obviously are native to Virginia as well. You can grow them in your own backyard, and serrano peppers do particularly well. You could substitute a jalapeno if you wanted to as well. So I'm just going to put these as is in the oven at 400 degrees, and it's going to roast for about 30 to 45 minutes. Meanwhile, I've got my steak ready to go. And I'm just going to do this on a grill pan. Certainly you could do this on an outdoor grill. It would be really nice. Or you could do it on a pan inside. And this steak is ready to go. I'm just going to lightly season it with a little bit of salt. And whenever you're seasoning steak or anything that you're going to put on the grill, it's always a good idea to salt it just before it goes onto the grill and not salt it ahead of time. Because when you're working with really great beef, fresh beef, such as Virginia beef, you don't want it to make it tough, and the salt can actually make the meat tough if you let it marinate in salt. So this is going on the grill, and this is when I'm going to add a little bit more fresh salt and some freshly ground black pepper. Set this aside. And this is going to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. This is, like I mentioned, a flank steak, and so rare is better. You don't want to overcook this particular cut of meat because it's very tender. So we're just going to give it a good sear on each side, and we're going to take it out, and we're going to let it rest, and then we're going to carry on and make our tacos from this with our roasted salsa. So we'll be right back. Virginia beef is one of the top farming commodities in the state of Virginia, producing over $550 million per year. So our salsa has finished roasting in the oven, or should I say our tomatoes and our roasted serrano pepper. And what I've done is peeled the peel off of the tomato. It comes off really easy after you've roasted it for a while. And I've done the same thing with this serrano pepper. And so what I'm doing now is just chopping the tomatoes. And what I've got in a bowl here already is some diced pineapple and some diced onion. And I'm going to add this mixture to my pineapple. So again, you've kind of got that hot and sweet, and the serrano pepper packs a pretty good punch, so you want to be aware of that. And I'm just going to scrape this in. because you want to get all those juices in there too. And slide this whole kit and caboodle into the bowl. And now I'm going to add a little cilantro, fresh cilantro. You can add that to taste, and some fresh squeezed lime juice. And finally, a little bit of black pepper and a small pinch of salt. And that's all there is to it. You could actually make this a day or two ahead. The longer you keep it in the fridge, the more the flavors are going to come together, and it's going to just get better and better and better. So this is done. Meanwhile, I've gone ahead and taken my steak off the grill, and I've started to slice a couple of pieces here. And you can see it's nice and rare inside, which is what you want with this particular cut of meat. And we're going to go ahead and assemble our taco. I've got some salsa here already done. And I'm using corn tortillas for this. You could use flour tortillas if you wanted to. I just like the way the corn tortillas do in this particular dish. And I just go ahead and steam them in tin foil, wrap them in tin foil, and then stick them in the oven. That's all there is to it. And so I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of steak inside. A little bit of salsa. And finally, just a little extra minced onion, optional, but recommended. It's a very, very simple dish. You see there's no cheese, there's no sour cream, none of that stuff. This is very traditional Mexican style cooking. And there you have it. We have a grilled carne asada with a roasted tomato and roasted serrano pineapple salsa. I'm Kendra Bailey Morris. Let's get cooking.
Recipes from the heart of the home can be found on the Virginia Farm Bureau website at vafarmbureau.org.